Well, okay, here we go. I've got another project that I'm kind of in the middle of. All right, I'm going to pick this up after I've already made the mold, but I have not removed it from the frame. So I'm going to do that. If you've seen some of my other videos, will catch up to this point. It's all pretty much the same process. So what I need to do, uh, I'm kind of in a this is my workspace. Okay, everything I do, a lot of it occurs within this 3 or 4 square feet. So excuse the mess, but I'm really trying to get this one done. I've got a show coming up real soon.
You know I'm working. You know I'm Mix Missy, Erica, incense and Prince, product of joy, magic and muscle. That McCoy with the hustle. We've been working. Circle small as pinky rings. My people play their position. Puzzle pieces complete the vision. Yeah, we've been working like the energizer bug non-stop. Bad bunnies drive to the drum line now. We've been working, we've been working, we've been working, yeah, we've been working, yeah, we've been. Last night we sent our sorrows to the stars, took our fears out to the forest, and we left them out to ride. Dragged them to the desert, let the vultures pick them dry. Sent our secrets to the sky, sent our secrets to the sky. Last night I went to build up my rocket ship, took a trip through the stars, sent my secrets to Mars. Pulled up right off the Milky Way, then I put it in bar. Told my son I'ma see him as soon as Jupiter rise. See, we too fly for the function, so we kick it in the cosmos. Too high for the humble, hit the hit till the high slow. Highs on the prize like race horses and blinders, yeah, yeah. We got no fear, yeah. Mix Missy, Erica, incense and Prince, product of joy, magic and muscle. That McCoy with the hustle. We've been working. Circle small as pinky rings. My people play their position. Puzzle pieces complete the vision. Yeah, we've been working like the energizer bug non-stop. Bad bunnies drive to the drum line now. We've been working, we've been working, yeah, we've been working, yeah, we've been. Last night I took my pen and my pencil and took a trip out the universe. Verses sweeter than cinnamon. Rehearse and repeat my verses till they stuck in me insulin. Kill it, I hearse, I work, I bust my last in the interim. Chasing sky higher vibes, yeah. By all means, tryna flex like Hot 97. By all means, triple threat, Malcolm X. Hey. By all means, can't stop till I got the top spot right next to Missy, Erica, incense and Prince, product of joy, magic and muscle. That McCoy with the hustle. We've been working. Circle small as pinky rings. My people play their position. Puzzle pieces complete the vision. Yeah, we've been working like the energizer bug non-stop. Bad bunnies drive to the drum line now. We've been working, we've been working, yeah, we've been working, yeah, we've been.
All right, so once again, here is the final product that I got from Brian at Triple G Workshop. He does 3D printing. Now, this is the only, I guess, this is the first time that I've employed somebody to make a specific item for me in 3D printing. Brian was the first one I contacted, kind of at random, and our work relationship got really good. I mean, Brian was very attentive. He was spot on with getting the emails back and forth. He worked quickly. I really had no expectations of ever getting this piece done in time to maybe cast a few for my next show. But once we ironed out exactly what it is I wanted, he got it out real quick and got it in the mail, and I got it, I think, in plenty of time to actually produce some of these. Now, I've got, we were kind of fooling around with my logo, and we produced this. This is my Stone Age Artworks logo realized in 3D. And there were a couple of applications that we used to get to this point. So that's my caveman logo. He's uh, makes things. He's made this sculpture here that he's sitting behind, and I think it. I think we were just fooling around, and I told Brian, I said, "Man, I want at least one of these." So he was able to print that out for me. It came out pretty good. There's some little tiny cleanup, which there always is on a 3D print. I have no aspirations of trying to actually cast this one or make a mold of it. It's a bit more intricate than what I'm capable of, but I wanted to get this made. It would probably be my only chance to get it done, and I'll probably get my granddaughter to go ahead and paint it for me. Yeah, came out pretty good. Also made a smaller version. So if you need anything creative done in the way of 3D printing, give Brian a chance. I put his information in the video, and you give him an email and start a discussion of a project that you might like to do, and I know you'll be happy with his work. Okay.
Do it. Do it now.
Okay, so time to test out our new mold. Now I have cleaned it with alcohol and dish soap and set it out in the sun to dry real good, and I think it's just about ready. What I'm going to do is pour it the first time without putting the baby powder on it. I usually like to do that on the first pour just to see, get an idea of how it's going to go together, how it's going to come out. So we'll go ahead and clamp it up. And again, I gotta apologize for the road noise outside. I've got kind of on a busy road, and I've got neighbors that are got kids in for the weekend, so that's cool. I've got my pewter, which I'm going to pour, melting in an electric little furnace that I've got. It works really well. I like it. Okay. Well, let's give that a try. So this little crucible comes out of the electric furnace, and I'm going to scrape the top here one time. Here we go. Okay, takes quite a bit. All right, we're going to let that freeze up and then we'll take it out. Okay, well, we've let that set for about 5 minutes and looks like it's pretty hard. Let's get her out. You never know. You think you've planned it and calculated it and everything else, and sometimes it just doesn't work out. Okay, well, it filled in quite nicely. That is the back side. So our thickness is okay. If I get it too thin, sometimes the pewter just won't fill in correctly. Let's see if we can get the front side out now. Okay. Well, I mean, it did, but I see some, and I was worried about the lettering. Sometimes it gets too close. You need a font that is a little more robust and it's got enough space for the pewter to flow. But we're going to do it again with the baby powder this time and see if we can't do any better. Get these pieces, scrap pieces, put back in the pot. I think I'm going to have to add some more to the crucible. So I've got my pre-made pewter ingot donuts, and I'm going to fill this thing back up. We'll try it again. All right, so this time, like I said, we're going to dose it with just a little bit of baby powder. Now, again, sometimes this works out really good. Sometimes it makes no change whatsoever. But usually it helps. Now, we only use as the bare minimum. Okay, so you see if I don't blow out those corners there, that will interfere somewhat with the details, especially in the letters. Now, it looks like I've blown it all off, but trust me, there is just the finest layer, which is all we want. Okay, let's put her back together. All right, try it again. Now the other thing we might try, if this doesn't help, might be to raise the temperature a little bit on the pewter. That might delay it freezing up and maybe give it more time to seek out those little cracks and crevices it needs to get into. But we'll see here in a minute. We'll let that freeze up. We'll be right back. All right, I think I've let it freeze up well enough. Let's get this puppy out of here. Now, I have took the temperature of where I'm pouring. I'm at 475 degrees. I just raised it up a little bit, anticipating that I may need to do that. See if we, well, it's sticking a lot better. That may be a good thing because that might mean that the lettering filled in all the way. Yeah. Okay. Lettering is almost perfect. And I don't see, got a little deflection over here by the sprue, but that'll polish up. So I'm real happy with that. All right. Next I'll show, after we buff it up a little bit, we'll clip off all these air vents and put it on the grinder, grind the edge, polish it up, and we'll show you how that came out. All right, so let's do one more just to show that it's not a fluke. It's been a little while since we poured that second one. The mold has cooled down quite a bit, so it actually may not turn out as good as the second one we did. But we've got it all set up, and we're going to give it a shot. Here we go. All right, we'll let that freeze up, and we'll check it in about 5 minutes. All right, while we're letting this cool down, um, let's do a side-by-side comparison. You can see this is the first one, this is the second one, and this is almost to be expected every time. That first pour is going to burn off or condition that silicone. There's going to still be some residual oils and stuff no matter how much I clean it. So there's some gassing going on here. Um, a lot of uh, there's just not there's a lot of gaps here in the lettering. Okay, and just basically a poor cast, but that's almost always. So if you're doing this and your first cast comes out bad, you should expect that. So the second one came out really nice. I really don't see, the only bad spot is right here on this edge. Um, it's where the sprue is. So I'm going to have to take a look at the mold. Maybe I've got a deflection there. I don't know. But the next thing we're going to do, we're going to clean this up a little bit. and I'll show it after it's cleaned up. We've got to grind the edge. It's got, some roughness there, smooth everything out. And then what I usually like to do with this, I mean, as good as it looks as pure, shiny pewter, um, I like to take and chemically age it. It'll actually turn this whole thing black. And then we come back and we polish off, and it really makes the lettering pop. The elk will come out really nice. And I mean, I can do it both ways, but most people, when they see them side by side, they're going to choose the dark one. Okay. Also on the back, there will be a thin layer of foam, and then it'll display on a little plate holder kind of a thing, and it'll look really nice. So I'm not going to make a whole. I'm not going to make 30 or 40 of them. I'll make 5 or 6, because my cost on this right now is I get about $10 a pound for pewter when I can get it at that price or less. I weighed this out. It's 1 1/4 pound, so that's my cost about $12.50. Okay, so far. All right, so we'll get rid of this, get it out of the mold. I think it's. I think it's. You also don't want to make too many consecutive pours, because sometimes you can burn up your mold like that. So just keep an eye on things. Okay, I'm not sure what this dark streak is here. It might be something, I don't know. It'll buff out. Who cares? Okay. All right. So other than that dark streak that's in there, I'm not sure what that's all about. Um, but again, it'll buff out. And this one came out just as good as that second one. So we've got 2 good ones. All right. And the next step is to clean them up, and we'll show that. All right, so which do you like better? This or this? I think you'll agree with me that the dark patina added really makes it pop. And the good thing is you can remove just as much as you want or as little to get the desired effect. All right. So thanks for stopping by, taking a look, and we'll see you on the next one.